Last session, you slipped back into Champoor's morning hum after the impossible angles of the shining trapezohedron, then stepped into the Unforgotten God's back room with porridge, fungus, and plans. Guru Pathik arrived at last, thin, grave, and relieved to be remembered. He named himself a Sidereal of Secrets, someone history erases, and asked you to gather everyone below. You led the way into the Well of Souls, your skull-lit hall suspended over a vast well of whispering dead. Allies filed in. Grombis's brave grin, Zoya's cool frown, Kiako scarred and four-tailed with her green jade blade and black silk, Midoro grinning around his cigar, Razid the penitent mass of chains, and Washa Kwon haloed in Shinigami stillness. Queen Casilda arrived in stately silence with Princess Camilla at her side. Pathik lit Jupiter's sigil on his brow and set the board. The Solars had returned, the realm's squabbles churned, and the Mask of Winters remained the first great enemy you must one day face. But first, you needed training, and the keys to what you once were. Kiako told you what Thorns had become since she slipped back through its walls. A shadowland city where mortals toil beside zombies, where real food goes to ghosts, and people are put on stages to bleed terror, pain, and despair for an audience of the dead. A nameless satrap feasts under a Death Lord's banner. She vowed to kill him and to go back now to keep people alive. Pathik promised to train you quickly, then return to Thorns with her to shape a covert resistance. You matched her resolve with gifts and promises. A shadow prayer blanket from the Queen Defiance in shadow, and a tracking earring so you could find her when you were ready. Midoro revisited the vision that had tugged on your shards, a jungle ziggurat on the dreaming sea's north coast, where a sentience called Iris guarded a cache that smelled of warstriders and your past lives. In Casilda, carved histories of your incarnations sang about the Swan, your skyship, present when you prevailed, conspicuously absent when you fell. The Swan lay somewhere beneath the dreaming sea. To reach the jungle first, you needed a ship. Grombis offered to muster hands from the Unforgotten Gods. Zoya named the price, your oath to help Mira be rewoven into the loom when the time came. You swore it without blinking. Wider currents pressed in. Pathik warned you away from the Bull of the North for now. His roar drew the wild hunt so yours could grow unheard. Heaven was not coming. Its games and rivalries kept it distant, and the Scarlet Empress remained missing. Casilda and Camilla offered their memories of Itil's last day and the Men of Lang's design to bring Carcosa here, pledging lore and help navigating the trapezohedron's facets, while you kept it safe. You resolved to keep the gem out of sight and out of their hands. Then you fortified your ground. Razid asked to atone by becoming Warden of the Well of Souls, holding vigil while you sought Jade to cap it as a manse and send most of the dead onward. You agreed and set elder signs. Washa Kwon asked to walk by Owl's side in the living world and to dedicate a modest sanctum here. You promised to craft its mark and perform the rite. With allies sworn, training on the horizon, and a ship to secure, you steered your course toward the jungle, toward Iris, and the first steps back into the glories of a lost age.